I have gathered all the evidence and insane details that explain what will happen in Squid Game Season 3. This includes proof that Gi-hun could die and shocking details revealing that the frontman might actually be a good person. But before we get into that, let's talk about the deadliest new games that will make this season even more brutal than before. The climbing game, a new nightmare. One of the biggest mysteries from Season 1 was the symbols on the dormitory walls, hidden in plain sight, teasing future games. And guess what? We now know that at least one of them will involve climbing. One image shows figures on monkey bars, hinting at a competition where players must climb at extreme heights. Sounds simple, right? But here's the twist. One wrong step, and you fall to your death. This game could mirror the glass bridge from Season 1, where players had to make calculated jumps. But this time, it's pure physical endurance. Imagine the fear, your arms burning, your grip slipping, while other players desperately try to hold on. And the worst part? A time limit. If you don't reach the top before the timer runs out, you fall. But that's just the beginning, because the next game might be even deadlier. The human chess game, the ultimate strategy test. If you thought Squid Game was all about luck, think again. Season 3 is introducing a game that will separate the masterminds from the rest, the human chess game. Every move follows real chess rules, but here's the horrifying twist. When a piece is captured, the player in that position is immediately executed. The tension? Unimaginable. But here's where things get even crazier. Some fans believe that the frontman himself might interfere in this game, testing players with impossible decisions. Why? Because Season 3 isn't just about survival, it's about uncovering the truth behind Squid Game's real purpose. And speaking of that, let's talk about the biggest theory yet, the hidden mastermind behind it all. The secret of Player 44, the shaman's prophecy. In Season 2, one character stood out as the most mysterious, Player 44, the shaman. At first, she seemed like just another eccentric contestant. But when you really listen to her words, it's clear she was predicting the future. Remember when she looked at Gi-hun and said, "You've lived longer than you were ever meant to. You were drawn by destiny." Now here's the chilling part. She said this while glancing at the pregnant player, 222. What does this mean? It suggests that Gi-hun and this baby's fate are connected, and this ties into the frontman's tragic backstory. The frontman's secret past, a man torn apart. We know the frontman won Squid Game in 2015, but Season 2 revealed something shocking. His wife died while pregnant. That loss turned him into the ruthless leader we see today. But here's what's even crazier. He actually cares about Player 222, the pregnant contestant. In one scene, we see him hesitate, as if protecting her reminds him of his wife. This raises a huge question. Is the frontman really evil, or is he trying to change the game from within? But speaking of players who should have died but didn't, let's talk about Player 246, the one everyone thinks is dead but might still be alive. Season 2 made it seem like Player 246 was executed, right? But hidden clues suggest otherwise. The guard who shot him? A triangle-masked woman, the same guard involved in the organ trafficking subplot. She was seen visiting his daughter in the hospital, implying she faked his death and planned to smuggle him out in a coffin. If this theory is true, it means Player 246 could return in Season 3, secretly working to take down the games from within. And speaking of takedowns, let's talk about the VIPs and how Season 3 will finally expose them. The VIPs revealed, the global game masters. The creator of Squid Game has confirmed that Season 3 will introduce more VIPs, including an American mastermind. But here's where things get even crazier. One of these VIPs might lead to an international spin-off. Think about it. If Squid Game is happening worldwide, then other countries have their own versions. What if Gi-hun isn't just fighting the games in Korea? What if he's trying to stop them globally? But before we get to that, let's talk about the final theory, one that could change everything we know about Squid Game. Will Gi-hun become the next frontman? We've seen this pattern before. The frontman was once a good man, just like Gi-hun, but as time passed, he became trapped in the system. Could Gi-hun suffer the same fate? Here's a chilling clue. During an interview on The Tonight Show, the actor playing Gi-hun was asked if his character could become the next Fron.